Would you say you're bullish, bearish, or neutral on the performance of Sol with respect to the performance of ETH?
I think I'm more bullish at the moment, and would probably want to set up some sort of bullish to neutral trade like we did in Eigen.
Yeah. Okay. And some of that, I mean, I don't read the charts too much, but we're back to the ratio we were in beginning of 2025. It went down to the same level, went down to the same level. So I'm not a big chart uh, reader, but you seem to have some, maybe not support, but some ratio. Again, 20 to 1 seems to be where ratio is fairly. Oh, this is actually, yeah, 20 to 1 where people think. But yeah, I would say that I'm also just looking at the chart. There seems to be a little bit more potential on the way up than down. So yeah, would also be somewhat bullish on. This just means probably that Sol has underperformed. Now we may see it overperform. So we're gonna sell options because there's no none of the trading at all. We'll be the first sellers. Would you be buying puts? Will you want to be neutral bullish, right? So you know about short puts or straddles. Do you have a strangle or straddle in mind, or you're more pure directional, which is a short put?
I think maybe a strangle would work better because it is ratio bound, right? So we wouldn't want to overextend ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. And let me see something. Yes. No, that might count. Yeah. So we've seen this quite often. You choose a range when it's a ratio, like when it's a strangle. I like to keep the two legs one on top of the other because you can manage both legs at the same time. If you have two offsetted legs, it's fine. But sometimes you say, hey, half of it is not active. What do I do now? When it's all in one trade, it's much easier to manage. I've kind of moved it again preemptively, but what we want to aim for is some type of positive delta because we're bullish, or maybe we think there's going to be a bounce back in the price. Since there's risk to the upside, but at least we can have some range where it's earning. Maybe it's hard to think of the ratio, but being about 10%, 15% above the current price, is it a good price target for you, or you would expect even higher?
Yeah, no, I think I wouldn't expect anything too dramatic to happen, but I think over the next week or month there will be a little bit more activity in Solana.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the price chart we show it here on the line where the strikes are. So we would be going back to maybe the price which was 23 days ago. Uh, if you say this is kind of restoring, if we're seeing that range where this might be a little level of support, that's interesting. Um, I also think it's a good bet. The floor, if you want, of that trade is 0.052, which is basically where we are now. So a bit lower, but at least we have some protection. So yeah,
Yeah, good to just in case we need some protection.
yeah.
Good to have a little bit.
So this
Okay.
is bread and butter for option sellers. Again, we are somewhat bullish, so we have a positive slope. We cannot buy options, so we're limited with selling puts or selling straddles that are offset. Straddles is twice as capital efficient and allows you to transfer some of the risk. You have more risk on the upside, but if you're range bound, it's typically a good trade. That position will earn twice the fees as a regular Uniswap position because we have kind of this netting.